Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hey, gentlemen. How are y'all doing today?
Better than we deserve. What's up?
Well, I can't complain too much, even though I'm going to complain a little bit here. Ultimately, I believe I was misled and taken advantage of by a financial advising group. I'm only out 15 to 20K because of their quote-unquote advice. I can go into as little or as much details as you like, but I was actually listening to your show about how terrible whole life insurance policies are, and made me think about the one that my financial advisors got me in. It ended up being terrible, but anyways, target audience is military. I'm in the military, and I think they're taking advantage of military individuals, but big two questions are, am I slightly overreacting, and how would you help, or pursue helping?
You still active duty?
Avoid? I am.
Good. Thank you for your service. Take it to JAG.
So I did do that, and ultimately they said, they broke fiduciary responsibility, but it's not worth enough to take it to court or anything like that. But
you said to do this to a lot of other people too, right?
What's that?
They've done this to a lot of other people.
Well, so here's the thing. I don't necessarily think people are realizing that they're being taken advantage of, because, when I first got with them, I was young. I guess I still am young, but, financial advisors are supposed to provide you with the best course of action.
Okay, these are not financial advisors. These are insurance agents.
Meet Every Dollar budgeters Christy and Steve. They used to fight about money.
I'm the spender.
I'm definitely the saver.
Now that they budget with Every Dollar, they're on the same page.
Money is definitely one thing we do not ever fight about.
Having the budget gave me the permission to spend.
Knowing that the money is in each category, it just allowed us to work together better.
Now that's what we call a win-win.
Now we just have to pick paint colors.
We can't help you with that. Every Dollar. Create your free account today.
Okay, these are not financial advisors. These are insurance agents.
Ultimately, sure, yeah, and
that's not ultimately. That's really all they are. They just tell people they're financial advisors, but really
they have a license to sell insurance products.
All they sell is life insurance products. That's all. They're not licensed to sell anything else, and so.
So the way they get around it is they can get you investing, quote unquote, through the insurance policy.
But you got a bad whole life policy and got ripped off with a bunch of fees, and when you cashed it out, you got nothing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and it's I'm still struggling to cash it out because it's a just terrible thing. It's made me feel like I've gotten behind, setting myself up for retirement in the long run.
Well, you have about $15,000, but it's not the end of the world. You're okay. A lot of people have done a lot dumber things than you've done, and they've recovered and become multimillionaires. So I'm not worried about you there. It's not a devastating blow that cannot be recovered from. It's a mere aggravation, and it pisses you off because you got lied to, and that part's fair. But it's not. Don't take it to the ultimate drama and go, "Oh, this is a death blow." It's not. It's not at all. It's a deep scratch. That's it. And as far as the actual math goes, that's what it is. Emotionally, yeah, you'll be pissed at them probably the rest of your life. I kind of am. So, I'll go with that. Which company was it?
It was First Command Financial Advising.
Yeah. Okay. The thing I would do, because we were teaching Financial Peace University for a long time in the military. And so we got to know the guys in the JAG and the guys in the chaplaincy as well. We worked with both of them a lot. And JAG approves or denies or influences the approval or denial of anyone that sells financial products to active duty, actively on the base. Okay, I mean anybody can mail anybody anything. I'm not saying that, but these guys are they've set up shop there as if they're endorsed by the military, and they're really not. But the military's just allowed them to be there. They have permission to be there. And I think if you can raise enough cane with JAG you can do some damage for their permission to be there, and at least you get some satisfaction with that.
That's a great start.
Yeah, because somebody, I mean, there have been other companies that were there back in the day when we started this stuff 20, 30 years ago that were selling crappy products on the basis, and they've been thrown off. They've been thrown out. And a lot of it started with complaints to JAG. So even if you don't do a lawsuit, I'm going to ask what the formal complaint process is for them to be removed from the base. Because they come in there with a military-sounding name, and they have a presence there where other companies don't. Other companies aren't there. And, mutual fund companies aren't on the base. They won't let them on there. And they would actually be a much better product, but they won't even let them on. And so instead, we've got this company that comes in with a little bit of camo on their dadgum artwork, and it looks like somehow they're approved or something, or they've been endorsed by. It's a tacit endorsement. And can you tell I'm really not a fan? So
and a quick Google search. I mean, every thread and every forum just says run away, run away, run away, run away.
Yeah. If you pick it up, yeah, anything on Reddit, anything about First Command is get away from them. And so I'm not telling you anything you didn't know. But, yeah, I think I'm going to at least let JAG light them up, just for the fun of it. But I think you probably just lost your money. I think you just got sold a bad product.
High fees, high commissions. It takes a decade before it's worth anything. And so getting out like you did, it costs you. And they like it that way.
What happens is
the
deal is it didn't cost you as much as if you had stayed in.
Exactly.
So the good news is it's in your rearview mirror, and from this point forward, you can be smart with your investing. You can understand what you're putting your money into, where it's going, and not get screwed over anymore. But I doubt you have a case against them legally. I think Jag probably gave you good advice on that. But I would just go ahead and light them up and let them know if you guys don't refund this, I'm just gonna become like your worst. I'm gonna become like an activist. I'm a problem for you. I'm gonna make a hobby out of you people, and just go ahead and mess with them multiple ways and make sure you cost them at least as much as they cost you before you're through with them. That's how I would go at it if I were in your shoes. But I don't think you got a legal case, and if a mutual fund broker misbehaves, you can go to the Securities and Exchange Commission if they violate fiduciary. But these guys are not regulated by the SEC because they're not licensed to sell investments. They're only licensed to sell insurance.
That should be your first and final red flag.
And insurance licensing is a state-level license. So if you're going to sell life insurance or whole life crap in Tennessee, you have to get a Tennessee life insurance license. Then you have to go get another one in another state unless they have reciprocal with that other state. So, but that's not the way it works if you're going to get so let me tell you, I've taken all these tests just to give you guys, bring it all the way full circle, okay? So when I took the life insurance exam, which I later dropped my license because I talk so much about this that I don't want to be regulated. I want to just tell people like it is, okay? So I don't have a life insurance license now. But when I took the life insurance license in the state of Tennessee, it took me 28 minutes to take the test. And I studied for it for about 3 or 4 hours, okay? When I took the securities exam to sell securities, I went to 2 weekend-long courses, studied for about 40 hours, and it took me 5 hours to take the test. It's like taking a CPA, okay? The other one's like doing a bad book report in your senior in high school. That's the difference between a life insurance exam and a securities exam. It's dramatically different, okay? If you're going to get a Series 6, Series 7, Series 63 to be able to sell mutual funds, you're taking something akin to a CPA exam or sitting for the bar. You've got to get your crap together. You've got to take some classes on how to take the test. You've got to study. They're going to anticipate the questions. You really got to get ready. Life insurance, for that matter, real estate license, a freaking joke in comparison. So don't get the two confused. When they say they're an investment advisor and they don't sell anything but life insurance products, they're lying. They're a life insurance agent.
Yep.
And they're almost always a cash value life insurance agent in that case.
Yep.
Because if they sell term life, they'll just say, oh, I sell term life. They don't think anything about it. They don't have to go, oh, I'm a financial advisor, which is a load of horse manure.
Oh, A lesson learned: never mix
Hate it,
your
man.
insurance and investing.
Hate
That should
it.
be
I
your
hate you.
first red flag. Run away if they're trying to mix the two together.
Yeah, the first command is run. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.